Hello, welcome to Let's Really Teach HVAC, and this is going to get into the Let's Really Teach HVAC. We're talking about asbestos abatement today on our boiler job. As you can see the one behind us is going to come out, a new boiler going in, so we're going to have a bunch on that. But right now, this is Sloan Environmental. That's what they do for a living, is abate all this lovely asbestos, and I'm going to let him start to go through and tell you what he did to prep this area. Now, this is not just in this room that they prepped, but all the way down the hallways, on both sides, everything is sealed, including, as you see behind me, the window here. That is sealed. All three doorways is sealed. So we'll take it from there. And where are we going from here? We do have, as you can hear in the video, we have our fan running over here that is making a negative pressure with inside this area. So if there's any, is that for the asbestos dust?
Yeah, for the fibers.
For the fibers. Okay, so at this point, you guys are going to...
So, first off, my name is Kevin. I'm with Sloan Environmental. I'm the field supervisor for our company. We've been doing it for 8 years now. Our goal is to make this a negative pressure containment. So by doing that, we have to seal off all doorways. We put a flap up here behind you, seal off all the windows to create negative air, which is why our air machine is running. So that way when we start removing this, any dust that's in the air, any asbestos fibers will get sucked to the air machine and the fresh air will be blown out clean. The way we will start doing this with hand tools, because we won't use anything mechanical because that's against the law. So what we'll use is hammers and flat bars and 5-in-1s and stuff like that to remove the asbestos. So when we start removing this with our hand tools, we will wet the material. Wetting the material is very important for your fiber count. It keeps them low and it keeps all the fibers down on the ground. Is where you want it, so you clean it up. But also our air machine with our negative air containment will suck any fibers that are in the air, clean the air, and it'll exhaust out in the tube we have going out of the window. Now, after we start removing our contents, they will be wet. We will put them into our labeled bags, which are special bags. They are 6 mil, which means they're very thick. We will wet the inside of the bags as long as the material. That is very important. You're going to hear me say that a lot because that is what the law says. We also, over here, we also will line our fiber barrels with our 6 mil bags, and we will wet the material along with wetting the barrel and to put our contents in there. The reason being, it's easier to move barrels around than bags sometimes. Once we start stripping and removing, when we get to our final clean portion, which is very important, because that's how we get our final product. We will pick everything up off the ground that while continuing to wet our material, put them into our bags. We will double our bags, which means we will use 2 bags for that by law. And we will start picking up the ground, and then at the end we will vac every portion of this room from top to bottom. And that's usually how it goes.
That's it. And while all of this is going on, there is a third party here that monitors the air and monitors the guys that are actually doing this to make sure that they are not exposed to anything that they shouldn't be.
So a lot of people might wonder, does this go to my local landfill? That is no. Once we have put our material into our bags or into our barrels, I will take them because we don't have a dumpster on site because it's not that big of a project. So what I'll do is I will put them safely onto my truck, take them back to our shop, which we have an enclosed dumpster that is, again, lined with poly and with their bags and stuff. That dumpster then will be picked up at a later time once full and is taken to a landfill in Northville. Now that landfill is especially for hazardous material waste, including asbestos and other stuff. But no, it does not go into your local landfill with other general debris or trash. It will go to a specialized landfill.
Just to make sure that all of it is contained and all of it is properly disposed of and will be safe for generations to come and properly contained.
Absolutely.
All right, we're still on the asbestos abatement part of this video, and this gentleman right here is what they call a third-party contractor. He is the testing
I am air quality control.
air quality control. And he's going to explain, which this is all new to me, exactly the air quality. And to anybody that thinks this is asbestos is no big deal, pay attention, please. This is a very big deal. Would you mind going through what we have to do here and what you are here to do? As far as this job, you're not actually taking off any asbestos. Your position here is to make sure that the safety of every person on the job and the house itself. So let's go through this. And what do you do?
I am Nicholas Fund, and I work for Environmental Testing Consulting out of Romulus, Michigan, and been doing it for about 8 years now. And the idea here is that we're the third party to make sure that they're doing the work correctly, that they're safe while they're doing it, and that they don't leave any problems after the fact. So what I do while they're working is I do air monitoring on themselves, as well as air monitoring outside of the work area to make sure nothing goes up the stairwells, nothing goes up to where they're not going to be cleaning after the fact. So I do that, and then once they're done with the work, I'll go in, I'll visually inspect it myself to make sure everything's gone, and then we'll run a clearance. And they have to achieve low levels in order for them to be able to tear down and other people be able to walk through. If they don't achieve those levels, they have to go back in there, clean again, and then we run another clearance. That doesn't usually happen too much. They're really good at doing this type of stuff. So
now all the guys in the HVAC industry, these guys here work really well because they all get free showers. Just sort of joking, because as you can see behind there, you cannot come out from the house, from the area that we are abating the asbestos without going through a shower. And that they wear what?
they wear Tyvek suits, half-face respirators, and anything they have underneath their suits, they have to throw away before they walk out of the shower. They can leave it in there for the next day if they're working again, and they can put it back on, but that stuff can never come out of the containment. And the containment is all the way until the end of this shower unit. And it's a 3 shower unit. So the first one is where they come in and they take everything off, they throw it away. The second one is the actual shower, and then the third one. So the idea is that if they have any excess debris that they kind of drag through, it's in that first one.
Gotcha.
So it doesn't keep coming out. Right. And what they do when they tear that down, we're going to clean off the floor, even the dirt. We'll make sure, even if the stuff doesn't even look like the stuff they removed, we want to make sure we do, because trace amounts of it, once you start turning it up, all you need is one fiber in your lungs, and issues can happen.
So there we are, and just to let everybody know, this is not a joke. I mean, I know a lot of guys in the business sometimes think that a whole asbestos thing was a big to-do about nothing. I want to flat out tell you at this point, from what I learned here today, and after 60 years in the damn business, it's not a joke. This is a deadly serious. Even if you have a boiler that you're working on and that asbestos is getting frayed. Now we're talking about boiler asbestos, the loose stuff that's on these boilers. That's the big killer here. You guys out there that are doing boilers on a daily basis, you have to be aware of that. I mean, don't be going around this stuff if it's loose. Just like the man said here, one fiber can ruin your life.
And it's always 40 years later, so a lot of people are hard to get the idea in their head that they have to be safe today, because they think it's down the road, no worries about it. But trust me, I know a few people that wish they would have listened a little bit better originally.
All right, that's it for now.
door just slips.
Right on.
Yeah. They're just pins.